Oh, holy hell. Guys. Hey, guys.
What?
Guys.
What? Run. Oh, we.
Yeah,
Stop.
Chaz, you there? Chaz?
Farted on air.
Hey, no, it's okay. I had no idea that this thing was going to start automatically tonight. That's the weirdest thing.
What?
Let's
get going,
yeah, let's go for it.
And speaking of good stories and bad stories, guys, what do y'all think about? So Christmas is coming up, very soon, and one of my big traditions is Christmas movies, and summer hits, summer misses.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about like what are the biggest? Yeah. What's up?
I want to get this out there because I'm sure we're going to get at least one comment about it. Yes.
Hopefully.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, well, of course.
Okay.
Everybody knows
Die
that.
Hard is a Christmas movie. I think this is a dudes podcast. You know, it's by dudes. A lot of the people listening to us are going to be dudes. I think that we can just settle that. It's settled science is what it is.
Okay.
Settled science.
Scientifically, yes, that's a Christmas movie.
Of course.
It didn't make my list. Sorry.
Okay.
That's
all
fair.
right.
It's
all right.
fair.
So
I'll give it an honorable mention. Okay, but it did not make my list.
So
What
do we
made your
start?
list?
What are we starting with first of all? Best, worst? What are we starting with?
Well, let's do worst first,
Worst?
right? You want to do worst first?
Yeah, that sounds good to
You
me.
want to do worst first? All right, you want to go? You want me to go? You want to go?
Have at it. Have at it,
Okay.
Chucky.
Go for it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to ruin everyone's childhood.
Nah, try me.
All right, A Christmas Story,
You son
worst Christmas movie ever.
Yeah, Chaz.
You're out of
look.
your mind.
Okay, well,
Wait,
first
no,
off,
you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I
That was a
agree.
joke.
Shooting
That was
shit.
just a terribly delivered joke.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not arguing your point.
explain
But-
yourself.
I'm triggered right
But
now.
I'm trying. First, the whole family dynamic, it's not even close to believable. It's so fabricated and false, and you can't. Now I can get behind kind of the message, but one, the movie is way dated. Two, it's they're fake people. It's not believable. It's garbage. And a leg lamp, really?
Yeah.
Chaz.
Are you telling me your
Everybody-
dad has
how does
never
it-
done something stupid like that? Like gotten really into something just kind of dumb? Like my dad got really into this like high power garbage disposal that he bought. Like he was telling everybody about it. And that's what dads do when they get to that
Okay.
age.
But my dad, all right, first off, my dad's a rather large man, like 6'4",
Big dude.
big dude. He likes Volkswagens, and he's got 4 engines for his Volkswagen that he'll pull out and replace, just on a whim. Take him 30, 45 minutes. He'll take this engine out, and oh, look, here's a, 3-liter motor from a Porsche 911. I'm going to stick this in my Volkswagen, have it blow 3 feet of flames out the back. That's what my dad got into.
Okay. But that doesn't make Christmas Story a not great movie. I mean,
These are-
so
yeah,
so
these
let
are
me
crappy
yeah
reasons.
that was a horrible. Let me just throw that out there. That
bad
was
start. We're gonna
your
fix this all in
excuse.
post.
Your justification was as horrible as your nomination for a bad Christmas movie.
It's
And I'm going to
fake.
tell you. Let me tell you a
It's not
story here really
believable.
quick. I'm going to tell you
It's
what
just a
a
story.
great setup. This is why A Christmas Story is such a great movie. Here it goes. The first time I ever saw that movie, I was 5 years old, 6, I don't know, something like that. I was young. So I see it. And for everybody that doesn't know, it's the movie where the kid wants the Red Ryder BB gun, right? That's what he wants for Christmas. And all the adults keep telling him, you're going to shoot your eye out. You're going to shoot your eye out. So he goes to Santa. Santa says the same thing at the mall. His teacher says this. Everybody says the same thing. So Christmas Day comes. He's still hopeful. He looks under the tree. They open all the presents. And when they're done, there's no Red Ryder BB gun. And his dad, as he's sitting there drinking his coffee in the morning, says, hey, what's that over there? Like behind that desk? And
Well,
Ralphie,
they've
the
hung
little
the
kid
tree.
that wants the BB gun, gets up and he's kind of like, he gets it and he starts looking and sure enough, there's a box, a present that's wrapped that looks suspiciously the right dimensions as a Red Ryder BB gun. Well, the next morning when I wake up, guess what was under the Christmas tree for me? A Red Ryder BB gun. Yeah. That was so cool. My dad, that was one of the coolest things that my dad's ever done. Maybe just second to taking me to Batman. But
Two things
awesome.
related to your story, just a rebuttal. First, your point, nostalgia only. That's got nothing to do with the merits of the movie.
no way.
So, two, because of movies like that, we now have mall Santas denying kids Nerf guns.
Oh, geez. That dude, I definitely would have caught a charge over that. Did y'all hear about that?
That was absolutely ridiculous.
I absolutely would have caught a charge over that.
Does that guy still have a job? There's got to be an update on that. Okay, so let's okay, good. Who knows the most? Parrish, you probably know a lot about this. Chaz, somebody explain it because I didn't even know he got fired yet. I was so upset. Go, Parrish.
Basically, what happened was, there was a kid. He was, what do you think? 6?
Oh yes, maybe
6 years old.
No. Sorry, he was like 4. He just looked older. Yeah, he just looked older.
So a very young kid goes and of course he's not sitting on Santa's lap because of COVID.
Right.
He's sitting across this desk thing, and he's telling Santa what he wants for Christmas, and he says he wants a Nerf gun. Mm-hmm. And Santa immediately says, no guns. Yep. And the kid's like, and I think his parents were filming it. And it really, like, I have a 1.5-year-old, and dude, I almost cried watching this kid get broken.
Unbelievable.
By the most evil, horrible Santa Claus ever. He said, no guns, not even Nerf guns. Your mom or dad can get them for you, but no, not from me. You can't wish for that. And this kid he just slowly descends in ball. His mom had to go his mom goes and picks him up and comforts him.
He held it together for a respectable amount of time.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And I said, if I was there, his parent or not, I absolutely would have gladly gone for assault. I would have beat the tar out of that Santa Claus. I would have ripped his beard off and sent him packing in the worst freaking way, dude. It was terrible.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
I don't know that I would have gone to violence over it, but I would have made sure that guy was escorted out of there, because and I would have had a whole line of parents behind me backing me up. I mean, that's just. And what my favorite part about this whole story is, I don't know if you guys saw the Steven Crowder thing that he did where he dressed up like Santa and he did a voice like Skype thing with the kid, and he called that fake Santa is what we like to call a communist. but he's and I don't want to say anything just on the off chance that kid hears it, but he's taking care of that kid. He's gonna have some wishes come true, and that was really cool of him to do that. But man, what a jackass that guy is.
The mall fired the guy that evening. They fired the guy.
Good.
And they got with Hasbro and they sent the kid a collection of Nerf guns. Good. Like that. That was pretty cool.
And even if it was,
they let him know it was from the good Santa, and they sent another Santa to the house with the stuff.
Even if it was something that was like against all policy for some reason, like there was a directive, you can't say yes to anything firearm related, gun of any sort, you could still just be like, absolutely, we'll look into that, and I'll talk to my elves, and we'll try our best, and we'll make sure you have a Merry Christmas. You don't just no guns, because he sounded like that too. He had like that nasally. Right. That wasn't a Santa. That was a jackass.
That was like, listen here, man. I'm gonna pull that stick out your ass and beat you with it.
Yeah, that's just
gonna happen.
Well, okay,
we need
guys.
To step outside, sir.
So we have we've
really gone off topic.
Yeah, taking a really detour here.
Let's get back into these worst movies real quick. Chaz, what else do you have for these? Just real quick, buzz through them. Hey,
that's what happens when you diss a Christmas story, though. It's going to hurt feelings.
I'm going to go off the rails for a minute.
Yeah.
What you got, Chaz?
I even presented real world applications to back it up with. Anyway,
Jeez, dude.
the Grinch movies. Now hold on, I got to specify here. I'm not talking OG 60s, 50s, whenever the original Grinch movie was made.
Mm-hmm.
That's a classic. You can't really screw with. I'm talking about everything they've done since then.
Everything since the original.
Return of the Grinch, all the live action Grinch movies, everything pertaining to that has been utterly horrid.
Yeah,
and I agree.
It doesn't constitute even being called a movie.
I never really understood all of those Dr. Seuss live action-y, like, remakes or whatever the heck. It just didn't make sense. Like, the classics were good. They're nice little movies, stories. Like, what? Why do you have to remake them all? And it's not going to be as good. You're talking about these outlandish characters. You can't make that live action and make it. Jim Carrey, don't get me wrong, was probably the best choice for trying, but
but still really bad.
Yeah, not gonna work.
So what else you got, Chaz?
Final one for worst movies, the Santa Claus, the one with Tim Allen.
Man, that hurts because that was a bad movie. I love Tim Allen.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too. And when I was a kid, I liked the movie. And maybe it's just as I got older. It's just now looking at it. I mean, really, these people aren't even believable. Their relationships aren't believable. The none of it's even close to believable. I don't mean the whole him turning into Santa Claus aspect. I'm talking about the family dynamic with him and his son and his ex-wife and the stepfather and all. It's none of it's believable.
Yeah, it's weird, but I mean, hey, some of those Christmas movies are kind of goofy like that. It's not the point. It's about bringing back the magic. Like he has that one friend that doesn't believe, but then he does at the end, and it kind of brings back like his childhood like innocence in a way or something. But I don't know. So Parrish, what do you got? You've been grilling Chaz about his. Let's hear what you got.
I have one that's a little off, kind of secondary or tertiary, whatever, Christmas movie. I say Gremlins, the original Gremlins movie.
As a bad Christmas movie?
As a bad Christmas movie because it happened at Christmas. And I say that it's bad only because I didn't even know it was a movie for years. I grew up on Gremlins 2 and loved it. And I never saw the first one until later on. I was like, this is a crappy Christmas movie. And it sucked. But Gremlins 2 was the bomb.com. And so partially because of those two factors. And then I will say I'm going to make an umbrella. And that is anything that Christmas related that comes from Lifetime or Hallmark is absolute hot garbage. And I say that comes. It's a very personal thing for me.
I don't even need to add to that.
Yeah.
Let that go.
My mom and my sister are about that life.
Yeah, like my wife as well.
Starting in. Gosh, it's so, and they're sad. It's the same story, just with different.
I kid you not.
Most of them have Dean Cain in them, and it's like they're so bad.
So I was looking at, I think it was Amazon Prime Video or whatever, and my wife Jen is really into Hallmark movies, the lovey stories, and then particularly the Christmas movies from Hallmark, right? So I start reading the descriptions of them because she wanted to watch one. I'm like, oh, so I'm like, what's going to be least painful? After 3 of them, I realized that I literally just read the exact same plot, the same synopsis. It's always about some successful woman that's returning to her podunk little town to spend an awkward time with her family and neighbors, but that meets a guy who doesn't have a great job, but it's a good, wholesome job, and she falls for him, and they live happily ever after, and it's a Christmas miracle.
She's always like
whatever lead actress it is, she's doing her absolute best to be Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. And they're always like saving the local the local general store or something from her hometown.
Exactly. But then there's always the one thing that happens that like upsets her for some reason. You know, she finds something out about the guy, like, oh, he has a wife that he's not divorced from yet. And oh man, that's so upset. And it's, oh, well, she actually just died a couple weeks ago and like the death certificate hasn't come through. Oh, I judged you prematurely and now I love you again.
Follows her back to her big city job in New York. Well, it's fancy over here, but I love you and I want you to come back.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Let's cleanse our palates, boys. Let's go with now. What should people be watching here in the last week or so before Christmas? What should people be watching? Let's go with the best movies.
Okay, A Christmas Story.
I concur, sir. Christmas Story is a fun family movie. It's wholesome, well written, well acted. Ralphie's adorable. The bully gets beat up.
This guy's little brother with his arms that stick out and you can't get him down, and he sounds like Kenny from South Park.
They teach kids to lick stripper poles and how it's bad to have guns, and
that's what kids used to do back in the day. That's how life was. Yeah,
that's a felony, sir.
You find out,
especially if the stripper's on the pole.
Soap in your mouth makes you go blind and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
Yep.
What else you got?
Ratting out your buddies. Yeah.
Absolutely. Schwartz.
Okay. So one of the movies that I do like is Miracle on 34th Street. Have you guys seen that? The original?
Which one? The original?
The original. Yeah, the original.
I like it.
Not the newer one. Yeah, it's a classic. It's just one of those classics.
I like the newer one, not the older one.
Yeah, see, I like the original for me.
I like the original.
When I say newer one, I mean the one with the chick from Matilda.
Right.
I don't know if they've done it since then. The one in the mid-90s.
That's the newest one, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one with like he has his cane at the door at the end or something like that, right? The newer one. Yeah, but yeah, so I like that one. That's one of, I don't watch it very often, but if it's on, I will watch it just because it's a classic.
Okay. Well, real quick, is that all you? Is that what you got, Chris? Is that
that's what I got? Yep, that's what I got.
You got, Chaz?
I got 3.
Okay.
Number 3, Edward Scissorhands.
Oh,
you're such a weirdo.
Edward Scissorhands.
But wait,
in the movie.
Yeah, right. But is that a Christmas movie though? I don't. How?
I mean, there's Christmas stuff in there. I think
it happens at Christmas.
But it's
a Christmas movie in the same way that Batman Returns is a Christmas movie.
That's a Christmas movie.
Oh, so there you go. Batman Returns is a wonderful Christmas movie. Thanks for bringing that one up.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Number 2, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Also Tim Burton.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't argue with Tim Burton. I can't. I do like me some Tim Burton. Yeah.
Number 1, Scrooged. Fair. Yes, it's about a 35, 40-year-old movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
In all seriousness, that is got real characters in it. The comedy behind it, the message in it, the how it ties in with Charles Dickens' original book. I thought it's
Scrooge. That's the Bill Murray one, correct?
Yeah.
Where in the beginning he's like that TV exec and he's got those it's like acid rain and whatever. Shows like all the people with their faces melting off. Yeah. That was pretty good. Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah,
Scrooged that's a good one.
My favorite movie. Now, 4, I'd have picked Die Hard.
Oh, okay. So it's an honorable mention for you.
Like I said, honorable mention. I had to get that out there.
But everybody picks Die Hard, though, so I'm glad you didn't. You know, it's a great movie, but it's cliche. We all know it's a great movie. Yeah. What you got, Parrish?
So mine, I'm not doing. See, like Chaz was all like punk rock with his, and like getting like the kind of like Christmas-ish or Christmas adjacent movies. But I'm going straight into. I'm diving right in to just puking up Christmas all over the place with Elf. Okay, Elf, one of the modern classic Christmas story.
So you like Elf?
Dude, I love Elf. I think it's funny. It's
it was
silly,
hit or miss.
Goofy. I love Elf.
Okay.
I gotta say,
I can't in a good conscience sit and watch that with my kids.
there's a few movies that when people find out I don't like them, they're always like, "What? How do you not like that?" Elf is one. Little Nicky is another one. I cannot stand Little Nicky either. So many people seem to like it.
It's shiznit.
Oh, hate it.
Well, if you didn't like that, then if you've seen this one, you probably won't be a fan of this one either, and that's Christmas with the Cranks. Tim Allen may have burned us with the Santa Claus, but he more than made up for it.
Did it again with Christmas with the Cranks.
It's a classic. It's great.
Yeah.
It's the importance of Christmas. They try and ignore it. It's fun. It's funny. He and Jamie Lee Curtis play off of each other really well. I enjoy it. We watch it every year. And my number one though that I have to watch every year. Miracle on 34th Street. Absolutely. Not Miracle on 34th. Sorry. It's A Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah.
It's A Wonderful Life is I mean, that should be on every list. It's one of the greatest movies ever made, period, Christmas or not.
That's decent. Yep.
It's like 80 years old.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
All the best movies are old. Jeez. Come on now.
Not all of them, but like classics. There's just something about classics. And I'll go off on this brief tangent about classics really quick. The one thing I like about them is that it was before the medium had really kind of come into its own, so it still looked like a theater, like a stage play that was being filmed. Like the set pieces were really overdone, but they were made to be almost surreal, and there's just something cool about it. All the effects, everything were all practical. There's no CGI snow. They had blowers and stuff making snow, and it's just a lot of effort to go into that stuff. So yeah, I appreciate that. So that's what I'll say from a filmmaker's perspective.
My last one. This is other than It's a Wonderful Life, the one that I have to watch every year, at least once, usually 2 or 3 times, is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Absolutely have to. It's hilarious. I laugh every single time I watch it. Chevy Chase is a god among ants. He's a genius, and he was a genius. That was Chevy Chase's some of his best work he's ever done. Loved it. Still love it.
It's a decent movie. Chevy Chase is kind of hit or miss for me, but it was a decent movie. Yeah, I'll give you that.
And
I got one more honorable mention I want to drop.
Okay.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle.
With Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Turbo Man. That's a
Turbo Man.
It's Turbo Time. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah.
That's one that you never really see anymore.
No.
Like it's not really out there.
Yeah, that was why. And it's so
you
funny.
guys ever notice how like movies you watched when you were younger literally just disappear?
Sometimes.
Like
sometimes.
Sinbad, he's had a couple movies that have just disappeared. Like there's one where he was a genie.
Oh, you're talking about,
Okay, try and find it.
That's one of those
because it was so bad.
That's what I mean though. It's doesn't exist anymore. You can't find reference to the movie. Try and find it.
That's one of those the Mandela effect things that people talk about, isn't it? Wasn't it like Kazam or something like that? The title,
the Shaq movie.
Yeah, that was the Shaq one,
right? But then wasn't it? Because the Shaq movie, that's legit, right? Like you can find that. But then people say the Sinbad movie where he was a genie, and then you can't find anything about it, and people are like, well, it's either you're mistaking it for the Shaq movie, or unless it really did happen. I think that's what I'm talking. Am I correct in saying that it doesn't exist on IMDb or anything, right? You can't find any official, right? So
anywhere.
The Mandela effect, right? So it's like some people argue that, oh, you're just mistaking it for that Shaq movie, but other people are arguing, no, it was there and there was a dimensional shift or something, and now I'm living in a parallel dimension where it didn't come out, like the Berenstein Bears.
Right.
Yeah.